All right, to further the environmental project. So it looks like a lot of truth is coming out about the environment, so that's really good. So we're starting to learn the good part about learning the truth from the mayhem of politics is it allows us to figure out where to focus on to make the environment better. Because you can't just say, I want the environment to be better. Do you want more trees? Do you want less pollution? What do you want? You can't just say, I had this idea in my head. Yeah, when you go to the doctors, you can't just say, "Ow, it hurts." Like the doctor has to figure out what hurts and then figure out what needs to be addressed. So let's do this. We're gonna change it. We're gonna change tactics. All right, ready? All right, cool. Heavenly Father of awesome, the most awesome of all awesome that has ever been, come before you as the precious, loving God that you have always been, and we are very thankful for that. The environment is very important to, especially this generation. It's very important to a lot of us, but especially this generation. So we have a bit of tricky business. We need two things that we can affect to really make the world more, to really increase, I guess, nature, to really make the environment flourish. Help us get a grasp on how to help the environment in fundamental and phenomenal ways. There was already that TED talk on desertification, which was awesome. But let's have another way, maybe a way to increase the marine life in the ocean. If we can do that without ruining it. Sometimes when you fix things, you make it worse. So yeah, help us figure out how to make marine life better and help us figure out how to handle pollution. These are two very important things to us, Father. And help us start making movements to work against the deforestification now that we know what's going on. And let the politics climb down, God, because there's too much fiction on TV that the facts and truth are getting lost. So let a few authorities start to come out that can really tell us what to do, God, and start to squash all the nonsense so we can hear the difference. Please. Just name it. So yeah, there's a lot of fiction out there. And it's going back and forth a lot. And when politics gets involved for votes, it gets even harder to tell the truth. That's one of the reasons it's getting so sensationalized. And I'm not dismissing the need for fixing the environment, but as somebody who likes doing good with his time in life, I don't want to waste time or money. Or other people's time, for that matter, barking up the wrong tree. So that's where my head's at. I definitely want to make a change, but I definitely don't want to waste my time making a fruitless change. For example, recycling glass. It turns out glass is made out of sand. You don't need to recycle glass. You can throw it away. Like, you don't need to recycle sand. Another one is paper. So a lot of people say, oh, paper is cutting down trees. Yes, paper is cutting down trees, but it's cutting down trees grown for paper. There's a lot more trees now than there have been in past decades because we grow more trees for paper. We don't go to the Amazon and cut down the Amazon for paper. That wouldn't even make sense. You just grow more trees. So just different dynamics to think about. And even if what I'm saying really triggers you, note, my goal isn't to trigger you. My goal is to get past what triggers you into the good information, and we'll take an action, all of us together. But I need the good info. We can't just say, oh, we need more money. Okay, money at what? There's really easy to waste money. It's really easy to waste money. And I want the biggest effect that we can get. And that might be us investing in new science. I've been hearing a lot of talk among my peers about different different things we're doing to try and to be able to pull pollution, pull CO2 out of the atmosphere. Of course, we pull too much out and the plants die, so we gotta be careful. But so that's good news, right? I mean, modern science has done a lot of stuff. We can now sew nerves back, like that's a really big deal. 3D printing can apparently print blood now, and we're getting close to being able to 3D print organs. So that's some pretty big stuff. We teleported a particle from Earth to the International Space Station. So don't knock science. Don't think we have to go back to the Stone Age. We can move forward. And then what I really hope to see in the future is if we colonize on other planets and we can maybe do something about the atmosphere, like on Mars, maybe we can figure out a way to plant life on Mars, and that would be cool. So that's my like super hopeful dream. And sometimes people like to make fun of me, but we have cell phones, and what, 22 years ago we were on dial-up modems and the internet was just being formed, and now look what we got. Some really cool stuff. God, virtual reality is amazing. You guys are great. Like, have a good day. Remember to pray to God for a good day, every day, every day. And remember to tell the people in your life that you love them, because you can't do that enough. And if you're feeling really down and depressed and life is really hard, go do something, go do some hard work for some other people. Volunteer at church, volunteer at Soup's Kitchen. If you have a talent like music or a hobby like art, go do some art for somebody. Somebody that you know is having a worse day than you. Your only skill is playing video games, that's fine. Invite someone over, make them lunch, spend 2 hours playing video games with them. Okay? You really want to see your heart kick into fifth gear? Give something away. Better than to give than to receive. You do that and your tank will immediately be overfilling. Okay? It's real hard to go out on missionary trips and come back feeling anything but exalted. Feeling anything other than exaltation. All right, you guys are cool. Have a good week.